Good day to all of you. Welcome to the science class. Shall we start with the prayer? Close your eyes. Oh God, the origin of all knowledge, bless all of us so that we may learn our subjects better and do our duties well. So, welcome to the science class again. We have completed the chapter 7. Yes, that was about the forms of matter. And hope when I am conducting the Google Meet, so you can understand that most of you are not listening to the class, not watching the class, and not are you able to understand? Did you understand what was it? Yeah, 3 forms of matter. Which are they? Matter. What is matter? I have said what is a matter, and don't study it by heart. Understand the topic fact what you are learning, and you have to learn it. Okay. Otherwise, by heart study is not good, and daily you have to go through the chapter, then only you will be able to follow it. By March 2nd week, your exam starts. So, don't skip any of the video classes. See it. Okay. So, we are going to the next chapter, that is chapter 8. The properties of water. Water. Now, we are going to see the specialty of water. You know what is water. Can you live? Can you sit of 1 hour or 2 hours without any water? No, you need it. Water is the main component of a body. Not only for drinking, there are different uses with water, isn't it? So you are going to see about the water. Okay. Now we have learned the 3 forms of matter, which are they? Solid, liquid, and gas. And solids. What is the specialty of solid? It will be desiring a definite shape, all those. Liquid, it can flow but doesn't have a definite shape. It takes the shape of the container, isn't it? Then, what is it? The next one is gases. We can't see it. It doesn't have any shape, but it can flow. It can spread very easily. Now, in which form this water comes? In which form of matter? You know that matter is a matter. It comes under the form that is liquid. Now, here we are going to see the water, which is in the liquid form. It is said that water can exist not only in the liquid form, it can be seen in 3 forms. That is, water can be seen in the solid form, water can be seen in the liquid form, and water can be seen in the gaseous form. How? Now, water, it can be seen in the 3 forms. In the solid form, how can you see the water? You see solid form. How does the water see in the solid form? Can you think? Yeah, we'll take some water in a tumbler or in a tray or something. You keep inside your freezer. Yes, after 2 hours or after 1 hour, if you take it out, pull it out, can you see the same water what you have kept in the freezer? No, what is it? It had changed into a solid form. What is that solid form? That water is changed into solid, isn't it? It is having a shape now. What is it? Yeah, it is the ice. So you can see the water in the solid form, that is the ice. Okay. Now in the liquid form, you know, in the liquid form the water, it is water itself. Then the next form of matter, that is gas. How can you see the water in the gaseous form? Now, what is it? This ice, if you keep for a little time, you can see that it is changing again back to water. Now, if you take this water and you are going on boiling it on the stove, what will come when you go on boiling? Or your mama forgot to switch off the gas after when it is boiled. What happens? After some time, you do it today, okay? After some time, you can see steam coming out. Sometimes the water also will be reduced. Yes, and actually, what is coming on in the form of steam is what? It is water. So that is water vapor, avi, niravi. Okay, so that is the gaseous form of water is water vapor. Okay. If you want to look, if you need the proof whether it is water itself, you do one thing. When the water is boiled, the steam will come out. No, that time you can close the lid, close with a lid. Okay, and keep it for a little time to cool it. After some time, if you open the lid, you can see the steam which was touching on the lid. What happened? It has changed. When it was cooled, it has changed into the water again. Can you understand? So that is actually that gaseous form of water is water vapor. So these are the three forms of water. Which are they? In the solid form, it will be in the eye. It is ice. Liquid, it is water. And in the gaseous form, it is water vapor. So that is about the first thing what you are learning. Again, the next one is about the things, the specialty of water. There are things which now I'll show the then I'll tell you what it is. Now I have some look at here. Now what it is? It is a tasty thing. Some what will you sugar that is sweet. Sweet. If you'll add this mainly in the tea or to make it sweet. What is it? Sugar. It is sugar crystals. Sugar crystals. So this thing, yes, this thing I'm going to add. I'm going to put this in a glass. This glass I'm going to put a little sugar. Yes, and in this flask I have a water and I'm going to add this. Add some water. Now you can see there. Here. Can you see the sugar? Can you see the water? Yes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stir it. Stir it, stir it, stir it. You can see the sugar is turning like this. Good. Now the amount what I have put the sugar, that is slightly reducing. Can you see? Can you observe it? The sugar go out from the glass. Did you see the sugar going out? Now see again the sugar level had reduced. You see what happened to the sugar in it? It had been. It didn't go out from the water from the glass. Now see, sugar level again reduced. Again, if you stir, you can't see the sugar again. What happened to the sugar? What you have added to it? More than this, I have added only a little. You can see again down. If I stir again, that also will go. What happened to the sugar? If you taste this water, what will the taste of water? Water, you know, it is tasteless. What happens if you drink this water? There will be a taste of a sweet taste. Why? Why? Because in this water, what is added now? Sugar, and it is mixed up, dissolved in this water. Do you understand it? So, in this water, there is sugar. Now we can call it as a sugar solution. When we added this sugar in the water, it was mixed up in it, dissolved in it, and it changed into a solution called the sugar solution. Is it clear? The same way, another white color thing which you add mainly for the curries. If you don't add this thing, the curry won't be so tasty. Yes, what is it? Salt. Same way, and another glass, I'm adding this salt. Look at this. Added some salt in this. Adding water to it. Now you can see at the bottom again, water and the salt, then the water. Stirring it again. Can you see salt? Now can you see the salt there? No, it had disappeared. Where it disappeared? It also mixed up in the water. If you taste this water, it will be a sweet taste. No, it will be having the taste of that salty taste. Okay. So these two, that is the salt and the sugar, got mixed up in the water. Yes. So now you got what solution you have got now when you added salt to the water. You got the salt solution. So that is, you got two solutions now, salt solution and the sugar solution. Now I have another thing. You can see this like water, but this is not water. The thing what you put in on the hair, put in the curry and all for, what is it? oil. Yeah, it is a coconut oil I have taken. This one I am going to pour in another glass. Let me do. And this is oil, okay, not water. See, I'm pouring some. Can you see now? See, look. Can you see the oil there? Like the bubble, it came and it floated on top. Did you see that? Can you see? Separate now. You can see it separately. The water and the top you can see. Do you see this? Bubbles like thing, that is the oil. I'm going on stirring. Let me see. Stir like this. See the bubbles? Little more time. How I have stirred. More time. Let me stir it. We'll see whether it is dissolving or not, mixing up or not. Can you see it? Did it mix up in the water? Can you see the oil separate? You can see. If you look through the top, you can see the oil in the top. You can see floated on the top, and the bottom you can see the water. What is it? Did it mix up in the water? Or don't want anything? You take a wet pan, keep it on the stove. Stove is on, and don't make the pan to dry off. Before that itself, if you pour some oil onto it, try out with the help of your mother only try it. What happens? Sometimes you can see that there will be some sounds. Actually, what does it sound? Because of the water in it, that oil will not dissolve in it. That water is coming out of it. Okay, same, because that is the water does not dissolve substances like oil. There are other substances also which does not get mixed up in the water. So that is what we are going to see, that is there are substances which get mixed in the water. Is it clear? And there are some substances which will not get mixed up in the water. About that you are going to see it. So water has three forms, can be seen in three forms: ice, water and water vapor. Now we can see the substance. We are dividing the substances according to which dissolving in the water and which does not dissolve in water. Now we saw this sugar dissolved in water, mixed up in water. Salt, it also mixed up in water. Okay, so we can tell that the substances that get dissolved in water, okay, the substances that get dissolved in water are called soluble substances. They are called soluble substances. Understood? Now same way, if you put a piece of paper or this oil, what happened? Did it get mixed up in the water? No. You can see that oil. If I take in the spoon, I can see the water and the oil separate itself. Can you see that? Yeah, it doesn't get dissolved in water. So there are some substances which will not get dissolved in the water. And that kind of substances are called insoluble substances. They are known as insoluble substances. Is it clear? So substances which get dissolved in water are called the soluble substances, and which does not get dissolved in water are known as the insoluble substances. This chalk, if you put in this, it doesn't get dissolved. Same way, again you find out which are the soluble substances. Find out any three soluble substances and find out any three again insoluble substances. That is your work. Okay. So that is the thing. Now we come to the soluble substances. Yes, soluble substances. The first thing what I have added was sugar. Now sugar, what happened? I added to the water. Yes. Now we are calling this sugar which got dissolved in water. That is only the soluble substances. The sugar, the substance which got mixed up in water, which got dissolved in water. Can you understand? The substance which got dissolved in water they are known as solute. Are you able to understand? Are you able to understand it? Now, once more I am adding the sugar. Sugar I have added. Then what I have done is, I have added some water to it. And when I added that water and stirred it, you got the sugar solution. So what got mixed up in the water here? Sugar. And that substance, sugar, which got mixed up in the water, we call those things as solute. Okay? The thing which got mixed up in the water, those things we call as the solute. Okay? Now when I added sugar, and in what thing the sugar got mixed up? In which thing it got mixed up? In the water. And that thing which makes the solute to dissolve in it. എന്താണ് ആ സോളിഡിനെ മിക്സ് ചെയ്യാൻ സഹായിക്കുന്നത്? What made it to dissolve in it? That thing is called as the solvent. Or I'll write here. Solute is the thing what you put in the water to get mixed up. That is the solute. Here the solute I added here is sugar. Can you understand it? Now plus. What made the solute to get mixed up? What made the sugar to get mixed up? The water. And that thing, the substance which made the solute to get dissolved in it, that is known as the solvent. What made the solute to dissolve in it is known as the solvent. And here the solvent is water. Here the solvent is water. And when these two got mixed up, what is the product you have got now? You got, when you mixed up, what happened? The taste of the water changed into a sweet taste. So what is it? The product what you have got is the sugar solution. I said that it is the solution. It is known as the solution. Here I have added the solute sugar and the solvent is water. So I got the solution. What solution it is? Sugar solution. Did you get it? Did you understand it? That is the thing what you add to the water to get dissolved. Dissolve ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നമ്മൾ വെള്ളത്തിലുള്ള സാധനം. That is known as the solute. Okay? And what made that solute to get dissolved? That is known as the solvent. And the product what you get out of it, it is known as the solution. It is only for the soluble substances, not for the insoluble. It about the things which does not dissolve in it, doesn't have all these things. Okay? The same way, if I add salt to the water. Now, what is getting mixed up? Salt or the water is getting mixed up? Salt is getting mixed up. So, what is the solute there? Salt is the solute. And what made the salt to dissolve in it? That is the water. And the product after when we mix up it together, what is it? It is the salt solution. Got the terms? Solute, solvent and the solution. So that is about the water soluble and water insoluble substances. So your work is to find out any 3 soluble substances and any 3 insoluble substances. Not only sugar and salt are there as insoluble substance, there are many things same way in insoluble substances also. Okay. Now one more part I will take and stop. Now most of the soluble substances, most of the things can be dissolved in the water. Now I have taken mainly the water as the soluble. Or if you take honey or milk also can dissolve sugar in it. Okay, there are many other liquids can be dissolved, can make the things to dissolve, but mainly the water can dissolve many things in it. Understood? So because of that, we call water, as the water is able to dissolve many things. Not only sugar, honey can be dissolved. This milk is another liquid. It is also dissolved in water. Okay, same way many things can be dissolved in water. So because of that, we call water we can call water as universal solvent. So if a question comes, why water is known as a universal solvent? Why is it called so? Because water can dissolve. Water can be mixed up. Different types of things can be mixed up. That is why we call water as the universal solvent. Is it clear? And there are many things which cannot dissolve, that we know cannot be dissolved. So that is what you are going to see again in the next part. Okay, there are some substances insoluble in water, but they are dissoluble in another liquids. Okay, so that part onwards we'll see in the next class. Okay, so till here, read the chapter and also find out some more examples for soluble and insoluble substances. Understand it, repeatedly see the videos, then only you will understand what the terms soluble substance, insoluble substance, solute, and all like this you do and look. Not just simply finding out from your this internet or textbook. Do and look. There are many things. There's sand. One thing is sand. You see, look whether if you pour water to it, will it get dissolved in it? Like that, you find out. So that it more interestingly you will understand it. Okay. So thank you. Have a nice day. We'll see the next part in the next class.